Hello, fellow Kerbal, this is Neppy with episode number 5 of my Kerbal Shuttle program. It's going to be a short episode, just a few minutes, and here we come in with the landing of the mission that brought the second part of the space station. Unfortunately, I was not able to show you the whole docking, but I wanted to try again to land this thing very close to the space center. And as you can see up, we just crossed the mountains. The space center is coming up there. I try to aim for the runway. It's not necessarily easy, but if you have some experience in a flight simulator, then it's not so hard. So this is apparently, as we can see, accelerated the time, I think 4 times speed, because it takes a while to maneuver this thing in. And yeah, we can see we're aiming here for the runway, and in a second we will come to regular speed, I hope, so we can see the landing. However good that was, we will see. It's looking quite good here. Yeah, checking the angle, and then of course one of the biggest mistakes I usually, or I often do in landings, yeah, I steer a little too much and then not enough, and trying to boost, and okay, I'm seeing here I will not be able to hit the runway, so I'm deciding to coming next to the runway, and we're almost hitting this tower here. Luckily nothing happened, and so just next to the runway, but at least in the space center we have a nice touchdown, and air brakes out. Yep, complete hold, and let's go to the next mission here. So I wanted to show you a more or less complete launch of this thing, standing in the morning on the launch pad. So let's fire up the engines and pick up some speed. You can see it's first moving a little bit to the actually to the south, no, to the west, but I'm pushing it east just to have the normal launch procedure, go on 90 degrees and use the rotation of the Earth in your advantage to get up to a nice orbit. And now we go back to a little time acceleration, because the launch procedure of course takes a while. Uh-oh, there's something heating up. At this point I'm really afraid that this thing will heat up too much, and some parts will break off. We can see on the left they just got the overheat signal on for, or the meter maybe, for 2 of the decouplers. As it is the third stage, or the second stage from this end, it's the separation, it's the decouplers for the boosters, for the solid rocket fuel boosters. But there's a lot of heating going on here, so I'm deciding to reduce the speed to just about 2/3 of my thrust, and keeping it at a thrust to weight ratio at about 2.3, 2.5, something like that, to hope basically that the air pressure will not be too much, will not heat up the parts too much, and I'll have a safe ascent. So it's getting and the boosters separate beautifully and of course crash into each other. I could adjust the separatrons a little bit so that this does not happen, but I'm usually just happy that it will not break some parts of the shuttle, and this can continue. So whatever, right? It's crashing like 50 meters behind the spacecraft, so it's out of the danger zone. Okay, so it's still heating up. I'm checking the separatrons here. What is heating up so much, and can I maybe, will I be able to get up into orbit, or oh, something's broke off. Oh, okay, what was that? The sepratron is still on. Hmm. Okay, I can't really see it from here. So, no, there was... Oh yeah, okay. The flight result. Strut connector exploded due to overheating. Uh-huh. Oh, it was probably the one end of the strut connector that was still connected, that was there to stabilize the booster so that they don't hang in a weird angle and force the spacecraft in some weird acceleration or something. No. Everything's fine. So now we can separate the second booster stages. These huge engines, these twin engines. And oh, something exploded. They also crashed into each other. So we already have 300 kilometers apoapsis and pushing higher and higher. Let the space shuttle go into a high orbit. Oh, 500. What are we aiming here? What are we aiming for? Let's see. This is 1,000. Oh, we're going pretty high. Very, very high. 1,000 kilometers up. And maybe one or two of you could guess what I'm aiming for. We're now at 2,300. And just a little, 2,500, pushing just a little bit higher. 2006. Now what are we going for? Can you guess? 2,800 and a little more. 63. Yep, there it is. For the experienced Kerbonauts, you probably can guess what there is at 2,862, 63 around. It's a Kerbal stationary orbit. Exactly. And what do you place best at a stationary orbit? Either some surveillance cameras or equipment, or of course it will be a satellite. Let's just turn around the spacecraft to see what is in the cargo bay. The panels, the solar panels, are not adjusted perfectly. I have to change that as well. So let's open the cargo bay and see what it's in there. Yes, we do have satellites here. It's 4 satellites in a geostationary orbit, so I'm building a communication network. But we'll see that in the next episode. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Take care. Bye bye.